We're getting there. All right, let's move on. Let's go Pac-12. Fun one here. Oregon at UCLA.
Oh, my
Before
goodness.
I dive into numbers for you, and before we get into Oregon's injury report, which if you were scrolling their injury report with your mouse, you could just take your finger and go like that, like really
Everybody.
fast, like all the way. Everybody's injured.
Everybody.
Now, they're getting some guys back, including their center, which I think matters in this game. But this is another one. Give me the insider. Just pull the curtain back, pull the Vegas curtain back, and give me this. I've got unranked favorite taking on a ranked team. I got to go unranked favorite first, right? I've got to go UCLA side here. Before I even get into any numbers, I got to go UCLA.
Oregon's 5-1. UCLA's 5-2. Straight up. Oregon's 1-5 against the spread. By the way, Clemson's 0-6 against the spread. I forgot to drop that in there. You can't explain it. We're going to ask them to cover a game against Pitt at Pitt. They're going to cover one. Is it that one? Oregon has only covered one game all season. They covered. They got to go to UCLA, who's 5-2 against the number. It matches their straight up record. Yeah, I think this is funny because in the room, they're like, what do you make the game? One guy says Oregon 1. Another guy says UCLA 2. Another guy says pick. This is one of those ones, an open pick, because you don't know who to make the favorite. And now the betting market is telling you go with the home team. Give me that unranked team. Give me that squad. I have no idea. I mean, I have right now on Wednesday as we record 8 in the Box where we talk football. I don't know. I will know maybe by Saturday when game kicks. Maybe I won't. It's really hard because you can make a case for both sides here. So I'm waiting in great anticipation for you to give me something, anything that's going to tell me that there's a side maybe I would lean to. Total 60. That's perfect. Both teams are going to score right around 28 points. Like, I got nothing here. Give me something.
All right, let's talk some numbers then. Both teams want to run it, right? And you're going to get similar offensive numbers here. 425 versus 408 for Oregon in terms of yards per game. 41st and 42nd in terms of offensive yards per game.
Man.
Neither defense in the top 50 in yards per play, but both defenses, here's your key. I wish you could handicap turnovers because that's the key. Both teams force turnovers here. So and again, that doesn't help us. That doesn't help anybody listening to the show because you just can't handicap turnovers on this, but both of them can force them. Oregon top 5 nationally in turnover margin. Here's an angle. Again, hard to handicap, but here's something to keep an eye on. Arizona State big played UCLA in their 3-touchdown win.
Yes.
Right? Arizona State just lined up and said, all right, here, we're just going to big play you.
Yes.
Can Oregon do that? It's not normally what the Ducks do, but they have 6 different receivers that have a long reception of 30 yards or more. Okay. Ooh. But they're nationally just 63rd in plays of 30 yards or more. So they're not necessarily a big play team, even though they have multiple guys. Here's something to watch. UCLA's defense is 98th out of 130 college football teams when it comes to plays of 30 yards or more given up. Ooh. So you can big play this UCLA defense. Can Oregon do that? Is that a separator here? Do you see that happen? It feels to me, listen, Oregon has grinded out a couple of their last wins. They have those injuries. They're getting guys back. Chip Kelly seems to have it starting to go at UCLA with this offense. Big revenge game for him going up against his former team. Home, unranked favorite. This feels like UCLA. If you're making me pick a side, give me UCLA here.
I'm wearing all the LA stuff. I've become a kind of a West Coast guy, and I really enjoy the Pac-12. Watching it, betting it is hard. This feels like, as you're talking, I'm thinking of a GIF. Do you know that Spider-Man GIF where they're doing the thing like this, and there's like mirror images of each other like that? Yeah, there we go. Pointing at each other like that. That's what we should be doing right now and trying to pick a side for this game. It's so hard. I don't know. I'm leaning after you made the case. I'm leaning UCLA, but I think over. If both teams force turnovers, I think we're going to get some scoring. Now you tell me there's a possibility of a couple big plays, and you're walking me through it. And this is kind of what we do every week. We don't talk about the games 1 second before we do the show. I'm thinking over is my favorite play in this game. Give me that over 60. And then maybe some in-game. This will be an in-game dream. This will be trying to watch the game in-game. Bet this side, bet that side, bet this side, bet that side. Big plus, both sides, and then watch the thing go to overtime and miss the number by one.
Well, to your point on the in game, the over under the total's interesting there because two teams that want to run it, you're nervous about being on an over with two teams that want to run it. But is there anything worse than being on an under and then there's a big play, a 74-yard run, a turnover on a short field?
The worst.
So I think you're right. I think that's a great point by you. Given those two numbers I gave you, you may lose, but I think you got to go over.
Well, you don't,
you don't want to be throwing up with the under when there's 3 turnovers and 2 big plays, as we just gave you the numbers.
If you take an
point.
Under in a Pac-12 game, you better put the Pepto-Bismol next to you because you're going to need it. Your stomach ain't going to feel good. You're going to be watching a game. There's going to be something that happened. You're going to go, oh, why did I bet the under in this game? Unless you tell me we got like a big defense in the Pac-12, which I don't think we do. I'm good
neither
with
of these teams.
Yeah,
and so, okay, real quick, and I know we got to move on here, but I love when asking you about this. So this is one of those maybe look over first, but then start to watch that in-game number that if the running is coming and there isn't big plays and there isn't turnovers early and we get that number to crash, we might be able to pick up a even better number and go over again.
100%.
Right? That's what you like?
Absolutely. First couple drives, we get punts and we get, 8 minutes, 5 minutes off the clock. A total of 60 goes down to 53. Like it moves a whole touchdown quick when you don't get score. If neither team scores on the opening drive, I'm watching this model working, like it jumps way down. It overestimates the importance of those minutes and forgets about big plays, forgets about fumbles and interceptions and pick sixes. So yes, absolutely. It's a great way to look at it.
Okay, that might be me. I might stay off pregame and just go in the end.
You want to come out and go to the game? We could drive to LA and go to the game. I went to the Dodger game last week with the kids. It's a short drive. I'm thinking about hitting Mrs. Consig with this little one, driving there Saturday and coming back. And then
you got all the LA gear on. You might as well
ready to go.
Let's go.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.